Hi everybody, this is the Baseball Hype, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the People's Champion. Your host, and welcome back to the Baseball Hut 2. Hope you like this video and hit that subscribe button. So the Yankees go into the World Series and play the Dodgers. As you know, the Dodgers beat the Mets. The Yankees beat the Guardians. But what's funny is that the general manager of the Yankees, well, he's having sort of a problem. He can't let go of something that happened 7 years ago. And he's still unhinged about how he got embarrassed. And he's done really nothing until this year. He's been sort of for the last many years. Yankees have not been in the World Series since 2009. This is the longest drought in Yankees history. And in fact, they went from 2010 to 2020, where they did not make one appearance in the World Series. That is the longest stretch in a decade that the Yankees did not make the postseason. So, Cashman, who's been the general manager since, 1997, 98? That's the longest stretch any general manager, and he'd gotten way too long of a leash, over the last couple of years. He shouldn't have been general manager the last few years. Because the Yankees, in terms of just sort of their personality and the way they've been playing, he did not deserve to keep his job. But the Steinbrenners are a trust fund now. They don't care. As long as the money comes in, they don't care. So they were desperate to make a move and get in Juan Soto last year to help them get them over the hump. And speaking of humps, here's this unhinged rant by the hump known as Brian Cashman, who said this, I guess, on MLB Network. But this is from FoxNews.com. Headline: Yankees Brian Cashman dismisses notion about World Series drought. Says teams cheated us. They cheated us, Jerry. The Yankees lost to the Astros and the ALCS in 2017 and 2019. The New York Yankees are back in the World Series for the first time since 2009. Yankees general manager Brian Cashman was asked about what it means to him to be back in the World Series after 15 years, and his answer may surprise many. And this is an unhinged rant, because he's had 7 years, he's had 15 years to correct an issue, which was to get his team to the World Series. And it took a desperate move by making the move for Juan Soto, where they basically unloaded their farm system and their major league club to get this as piece of this team. Quote: it means a lot, and I hate the 15-year thing because it completely forgets and discounts that some other organizations cheated us. So who was the other organization that he's talking about? When we were all the way in the end, if you knew what was going on, I don't think they would have been advancing during that time. I think we would have been advancing. So I hate that 15-year thing, because I don't think it accurately reflects history. Cashman said during an appearance at MLB Network's High Heat. That's what Mando Russo. I'm surprised that Russo did not push back on this. And again, what about the other years? And I would also mention, let me continue on. I'll mention that at the end. Cashman was referring to the 2017-2019 Houston Astros teams that beat the Yankees in the ALCS, but he said organizations. In the 2017 season, the Astros set up a camera in the outfield at their home stadium that focused on home plate. A TV monitor was placed in the dugout that had the feed from the camera in the outfield. Players and staff would then decode the signs from opposing catchers, and then relay what pitches was coming with a loud noise. The noise was generally banging on a trash can. And a since-deleted post, Evan Gattis, a member of the 2017 Astros, admitted that he knew what pitch was coming from Yankees pitcher Cheeseburger Sabathia during the Astros Game 7 4-0 win because of their sign-stealing system. The Astros beat the Yankees in that ALCS and went on to win the World Series over the LA Dodgers. Now, a couple of things here, folks. Hold on. Gattis also admitted that the team knew what pitches were coming in the World Series as well. MLB handed out the one-year suspensions to then Astros general manager Jeff Luhnow, who's not gotten back into the majors, and manager A.J. Hinch. Both Luhnow and Hinch were fired on the day the suspensions were handed down. Hinch now currently manages the Detroit Tigers. The Astros also forfeited their first and second round draft picks in the 2020 and 21 drafts, also being fined $5 million. Also suspended was Red Sox manager Alex Cora. Cora was Houston's bench coach in 2017 before taking the manager's job at the Red Sox following their World Series run. Cora was suspended for a season and was rehired by the Red Sox once he served his suspension. Cashman also may have been subtly mentioned in the 2018 Red Sox, which Cora managed to the World Series, as they were also punishing for sign stealing transgressions. That team beat the Yankees in the ALDS. Carlos Beltran was hired to be the manager of the New York Mets, but was let go before managing a single game due to his involvement with the operation when he was a player on the team. That's not what happened. He lied to the Mets and the Wilpons. This is what happened with Carlos Beltran. Beltran lied to the Mets, said he had nothing to do with what was going on, and he lied. And that's why he basically got fired within a month. And the 2019 ALCS, Jose Altuve hit a walk-off home run in Game 6 to send the Astros to the World Series over the Yankees. People were suspicious that Altuve was wearing a buzzer to signal what pitch was coming because he was around third base and going home. He signaled to his teammates to not take his shirt off. They said that he had a buzzer on him. Altuve then went down to the clubhouse to change shirts before conducting his interview and celebrating with the team. It has never been confirmed that Altuve was wearing a buzzer. After taking a shot at the Astros, Cashman praised his current group. But regardless, we are proud to be where we are now. I think without a doubt our baseball ops, our organization led by our owner, Hal Steinbrenner, I think we put a championship caliber team out on the field every year. And you can dream big things. Now, I would mention, the Astros got knocked out of the postseason by the Royals. The Tigers. And once that happened, I think everybody knew that the Yankees were not going to lose. That the Yankees were going to go to the World Series without any kind of pushback from any team. Because the American League Central has nothing that can compete against the Yankees. The Royals weren't much of a competition for them. The Guardians basically were lousy. The Tigers would have been a lousy matchup for them too, or for those teams in particular. And to be honest with you, Cashman and the Yankees have had issues with them cheating as well from a few years ago as well. So this is going on throughout all baseball. This has been going on through baseball, at least as far back as I've heard, is 2014. The teams were using technology, the cameras and all this other stuff since 2014. There was rumors that the 2014 Royals were doing it. If the 2014 Royals were doing it, then the 2015 Royals were doing it during that championship run. We also heard that the 2020 Dodgers were doing it. And there is rumors that the 22 Braves were doing it, and they were doing it in 21 as well. So there are all kinds of rumors that these teams are still employing this. And this is something that's been going on in baseball for 150 years. Now, I would mention this again about Brian Cashman. If any other ownership group was there, he would have been fired. If the old man was still there, if George Steinbrenner was still there, he would have been fired for the job that he has done here and to make excuses. That's all he's done for 7 years, made excuses for his team, for the team that he's put together. Anybody that's watched this team knows that they've been very dysfunctional. They've been an incomplete team with Horseface as the face of the team, and with Gleyber Torres playing second, and an old guy Anthony Rizzo playing first. DJ LeMay, who's basically is over the hill. He's not even on the roster. You got all this money that's wasted. Carlos Rodon, other than a couple of starts in the postseason this past year, has pitched terribly for the Yankees. Garrett Cole has been injured all year. They put no team around him. And they won the Cy Young last year, and they were terrible last year for them. And the idea, and this is the only time the Yankees really do. The last time the Yankees went to the World Series, they went crazy, spent all the money, spent so much money. They brought in Sabathia, Teixeira, brought in all these big players. And no wonder why they got to the World Series in 2009. The same thing this year. Made this move for Soto because they had no balance in their lineup. And if you notice, Horseface didn't do much in the playoffs so far. Maybe he does something in the World Series. Who knows? Even when they tell him what baseball's a company, he struggles to hit the ball out of the ballpark. But anyway, Brian Cashman is lucky to even have a job at this point, quite frankly, because he should have been fired a long time ago, and people were talking about him getting fired last year. The same thing with Aaron Boone. And they squeak by because the Steinbrenners don't care as much about winning as the old man did. The old man would have gotten rid of everybody. These guys wouldn't have lasted this long. There would have been no convincing of him keeping them. That's for damn sure. Well, you let me know what you think about this video. And, of course, please subscribe to the Baseball Hut. Let me know what you think about this unhinged rant. And this is unhinged beyond belief, because you can't, you should be celebrating the fact that your team's in the World Series. You shouldn't be complaining about stuff from 7 years ago. If these did complain about something from 7 years ago, that means you should have been fired about 5 years ago. Well, thank you for watching. Hit the subscribe button. I'll see you later.